You got some weak knees right now, huh? Alright, hey, what's up everyone? This is another video from yours truly, Notsujero Troll 23, and the title of this video is The Compensatory Narcissism of Men When They See a Girl That Dresses Traditional in the internet. As you could see, I've been watching basically this video at ad nauseum of this influencer Bro Lucas, which is a very, I guess, popular Instagram influencer on IG for her three big main reasons. Four, if you want to be more specific. But as you could see, you'll be surprised that in fact, for many men on this platform, they don't believe that. They actually argue that it's the girl of the red dress. By just pausing the video and this frame, you could see that by far Bro Lucas mocks to oblivion the girl on the back. Besides the frankly objectively hot as fuck body of Mrs. Lucas, you could see that her face is classically feminine. The ideal lean face, a very beautiful woman, besides the body that many men, objectively including me, would call hot, don't be attracted to. But you'll be surprised that many men that argue are red pill to an extent, they actually say that it's not, which I call bullshit. They have weakness for actually the girl on the back, the one of the dress, the red dress, and the tiger handbag, as you could see. My problem with this assessment is that it's basically a super duper compensatory tactic that many men are falling themselves into because they automatically make their assumption that if girl dresses traditionally feminine, aka wears a dress, therefore she's wifey. It's like, what? That's stupid. First of all, you don't know how these women act at all. Yeah, you could say that because Bro Lucas has basically a gooner bait uh, real page on on her Instagram profile, because let's face it, she has an objectively attractive body. But from an apples to apples comparison, as I stated in a few moments ago, she has a very beautiful side profile. If you were to just basically Photoshop the tits and the ass, her body, her proportions, facial wise, look aesthetic. They look model-esque, and you could say she would look very aesthetically pretty. And I agree. I'll say that if she were to have the chance to, she were gave me the chance, I wouldn't say no. That's the girl I would say have weak knees. Body wise, it would turn me on, but facial wise, I would get bored because she's very beautiful. But many men, just by virtue of a girl showing skin, therefore they think that she's a slut. I believe that's very flawed thinking that as we would see in the comment section, raises a lot of questions regarding, traditionalism and the fact that just because a girl has a dress does not automatically makes her attractive, as we are seeing ad nauseum on this reel specifically. Again, many guys are starting to basically say the thing, the girl in the background is fire, not the one in the front. Super fucking cap. Again, this guy in Spanish says la de atrás. Again, doesn't matter what I say, it's what people say, as we used to say on this community. But you could see that by the amount of likes of the comments, many guys are basically agreeing. And from a very brief assessment, I guess, a eagle's eye look of this, you could see most of the accounts giving likes to this are that if they are men, assuming that they're males in their 20s, or I guess within the margin of peak dating market value, arguably speaking, you can see there are people that they don't have a fucking chance. We can only infer, thanks to the black pill, that their upbringing with these sort of women was extremely shit, and they are basically berating the woman as a way of diminishing her true worth and seeing to, I guess, try to test if they can get away with it by basically proving themselves in a circle jerk manner that hey, this girl is actually not attractive because we believe so, which I call bullshit. If Lucas, which remind you again, has this frankly a 10 out of 10 appeal, for me at least, would make some guys have a lot of fucking weak knees. But you see the profiles of these guys. He's very muscular, but he looks bloated. He's a gym cell. Haido, which is the original commenter, doesn't even have a photo, and I believe this is one of the Metal Militia logos. Vito again, look at his face. It's truly over for this guy. Saran 8, again, he doesn't have a chance. He looks very unappealing. And the only one that I can just say that she's actual genuine is the girl is from this woman, which I can't even cannot even click on to make zoom on her profile. This guy again. These are the guys that are basically fighting this, but what truly saddens me is that they're still arguing on the internet when they have children like this. And it makes you really think, like, how would they deal with if all of a sudden their girls maybe tend to start dressing like this and maybe realize, assuming that they want to, the best for their offspring, to leverage the best they can the looks, they'll have a very big problem on a moral standpoint, because they're berating girls on the internet. They frankly they don't even have a fucking shot to begin with, and second of all, they shouldn't be even addressing this for the risks of maybe their, I assume, their wives. They that the most red pillars and conservatives so dream of having, and still basically bashing and commenting, making this post way worse than it actually is, by basically self-flagellating themselves that haha, that girl's not attractive, bro. It's like bullshit. And again, you see it, many guys are just saying that they will sleep with Lucas for a one night stand, which I doubt. They'll have weak knees for a woman like that, or at least many more than one night stand. 1 plus 1,000. Again, other guys saying la de atrás. A quick look at her profile, at his profile. Similar average 30 man's physique. The beard looks unesthetic, very unkept, like I had when I was on high school, because I didn't care about my looks. This makes you think a lot of what they should do. I mean, if this is what the red pills call, basically excellence, or basically try to prove themselves that a woman it's worthy of them, I don't believe they'll have a chance with both, or they have a moral authority to even comment on this, because basically they're saying shit like this on the internet forum we call, the public forum we call the internet, with basically no precaution whatsoever what it could do. And there are accounts that, as many TikTok zoomers say, they don't even have a profile pic. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? We again, this guy Car Team Pro, a car account, truly over. They're saying, what about the one, the blondie, the blondie on the back? Like, I don't believe it. Maybe it's the wide, they just be wide. But again, and we see the same pattern, like this guy, la mujer de atrás para esposa, la otra por un rato. But at Rosen's account, you see the post, and that's her women. I mean, he's at least honest. But why he's commenting on this shit? Like, forget about it, dude. It's like that one Tails video that got retcon on the internet. I think it was his most recent video about, how you should take a more optimistic view of the black pill. I don't remember it, the title of it, but the main message, which is memorable enough because he added one of Ascended's, previously known as Chat Light's YouTube channel, about how his life drastically improved. And one of the comments on this video, very crucial video that I remember to the point of recalling that comment, is that once you learn about the black pill, forget about that shit, integrate yourself day to day life, and do not ever go back. Because what do you gain for this? Okay, yeah, you get your women. Um, I assume you're living happily ever after. I hope so. I truly desire to. Good luck and Godspeed. But I've seen it many times in these 5 years that I've been learning about the black pill, red pill, and blue pill, that it just makes me think, what are these guys thinking they could accomplish? Again, this guy, I don't believe he has a shot. Maybe he's taller than me. I mean, I'm 5 feet 10, but still, assuming that this is Latin America, they don't have a chance regardless. But what they believe they can accomplish that, because the most like comments, besides one of them, one or two men or some women basically agreeing that they're pretty, the girl, Lucas is pretty. But it's one thing you must think about. If this is the sort of so-called traditionalism that they want, they have they should have a very big reality check to see if they're actually willing to do that. I highly doubt it, because many men are, I argue, basically acting narcissistic towards objectively attractive women by virtue of, number one, not being at the level of looks for this sort of girls to basically even dare to glance at their eyes, which I understand the point. Second, they have very bad experiences with pickup artistry with these women, that they basically put them on the boot on the fucking jail, fucking sex offender registry. Or three, they genuinely believe that if a person dresses like some way, they'll act in another way. Yes, it's a pattern, but the thing is that on dating, women are by definition predictably unpredictable. If you were to learn that looks is what basically matters, isn't that what we also isn't that also a double-edged sword for you? I mean, I don't know about you, but it would be much more or less tolerable to get criticism from the girl in the back compared to Lucas, because she doesn't have a nice body. And I mean, if this is what you can go for, and you both are happy, then fine, like fine for you, but not for me. But you must be realistic that this girl, Lucas, is objectively attractive, and not because she dresses quote unquote like a slut. It's because her face makes her look elegant and aesthetic. Besides the body, face will always matter more than people think, and that's why looks matter. But if you truly believe that the part about looks is, strictly speaking, fashion, and by extension, a way to address someone's character, you have bigger problems with yourself, and I argue you will suffer a lot in dating. Because, as we may have guessed by now, everyone puts a mask every day and every night. Whether we're willing to show it to a select few, it's up to us. But let's not deny ourselves that still the mask will fall faster or longer depending on how one looks. But if you're willing to go by fashion alone, you have bigger problems, and I argue you'll suffer much in dating and other things. That's all I gotta say for this one, so I'm out. Peace.